Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the Love and Light Show, where your special guest is Kevin Crenshaw. And I've known him for years, and he's been doing amazing things. He's a super badass. He's an online fitness coach. We're going to learn so much from him today, especially about building our inner strength, pushing past failure, and just really going for it so you can live the life of your dreams, which is super awesome. So if you're not familiar with the Love and Light Show, it's all about bringing more joy and happiness into your life, showing you all these cool coaches and light workers and healers that can help you on your journey to your best life so that you can show up and be the change you wish to see in the world. You can bring more love and happiness and joy and health into your day-to-day life, into the life of your family, with your kids, with your workplace, with your community, so we can all raise the vibration of the planet. Because let's face it, guys, the world needs more love and light and happiness and health in the state of everything that's going on. So we really encourage you to share this out with your friends, comment below, engage with us. I know that there's 4 people online right now, and it's the Be Live platform. So we don't see you as you jump on, but you have to say hi. So Anne Marie has already said, hi, Laura and Kevin. How are you doing today, Anne? Thanks so much for joining us live. So the other people who are online, I'm calling you out. Say hello. And if you're watching the replay, let us know after that you're watching the replay. And if you're not familiar with me, if you're one of Kevin's people or one of my new friends this week, I'm Laura McPhee, and I'm a happiness coach and healer. So I essentially combine life coaching with energy healing to move people forward in their lives so that they can achieve their dream happy life quickly. So I typically specialize with women, and I love empowering women to get to their dream happy life. And they tend to be people pleasers and perfectionists, workaholics and caregivers, people who are just feeling overwhelmed and stressed out and just bogged down by all the baggage of their life. And I help them let that go and move forward of all their worries and their stresses so that they can live the happy, healthy, fulfilling, and abundant life that they deserve. So one of the ways that I do that is my Clearing Money Blocks workshop. And I actually have another one back by popular demand. I had one last week, and then more people wanted it. So I actually have one right in the next hour. So if you're in the Moncton area and want to jump on one of those, come down to my office on Sequoia's downtown wellness center at 1 today for Atlantic people. And I did totally hear all of my online people who want online options. I'm working on that. That would be in the works over the next couple weeks, and then I can tell you about it more as that gets launched. So I'm super excited to bring Kevin on today. And how are you doing today, Kevin?
Freaking awesome. So before we do anything, I just want to say how proud of you I am. Y'all don't even know that a few years ago she wouldn't put a selfie in a secret group that we had, and she just did all of that. What? So first off, I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
You've come a really long way, and maybe the people watching don't know how far you have come, but I do, and so I just want to say that you really have come a long way. I love it.
Thank you so much. And I totally remember it. And I love Beachbody for getting me outside of my comfort zone and into a group of like-minded people who are super all about personal development, because I always felt so alone doing it. All those years of my journey, I was like, who the hell's out there also doing personal development who's my age? And then to find you and Beachbody and the community that you had built, and you as our coach and our leader, it was amazing. And I remember feeling so nervous when you were doing YouTube shows and stuff and being like, oh God, I couldn't do that with him. And I wish I could be that person who could go on a recorded YouTube show. And now I have my own YouTube channel. So anyone who wants to catch the replays of this or any other episodes of the Love and Light Show that you have missed, I also have a YouTube channel. So I'll make sure I put that in the links below also. And we have more people joining us live. So hi, Sharon, who says, hi, Laura and Kevin. And hi, Karen, saying good morning. I hope you guys are having a fantastic morning. And I know that there's more of you out there. We have 8 people on right now who are live. So join the conversation. You really get more out of these conversations when you jump in and you play along, when you engage, because the energy that you put out into the world is exactly what you get back. So the more you put out, the more you get back, which is amazing. So we really encourage you to spread this love and light to other people. You want to know how you can get more inner strength. You want to know how you can have more health and push past your failure points and keep moving forward in your life. So we want to get all this amazing knowledge from Kevin. I encourage you guys to also get a pen and paper if you like to take notes like me. So share it out with any of your friends or family members or loved ones that you feel like would also benefit from this. You can tag them in the comments below and join the conversation. So ask any questions along the way as well, and we'll put it up on screen. So take it away, Kevin. Tell them all about you, your story, and how you got to where you are today.
Yeah, so really fast. Hold on 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm back. So, hold up. Somebody called me in the middle of this, and my audio just whacked up.
Okay, no problem. We can say hi to more
Okay,
people.
there you go. All right, so I'm just gonna jump. I'm just gonna jump into it. Can you hear me good?
Yes, we can.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm not going to dive too much into my story because that's not what I want this call to be about. I want to give you content. So just so you know who I am, there's lots of stuff online about my story. But 8 years ago, I was 100 pounds, skin and bones, severely heavily medicated for ADD, ADHD. I had sleep apnea, allergies, and asthma. I was taking breathing treatments and inhalers every day, and I was secretly suicidal and extremely depressed and crippled with shyness. That's how I lived my life. And you know, so that's the pre-me. Now I'm a group fitness instructor. I'm an online trainer. I've gained 75 pounds of muscle. I've competed in physique shows. I inspire other people. I'm on camera every single freaking day. So obviously I overcame my shyness and all that stuff. So what I really do as essence, and that's the brief bird's eye overview of my story. But what I help people do is to unlock their inner strength and live a life of more fulfillment outside of, it's not just about your physique. It's not just about your body, right? It's about how do you show up for the, like if you spend an hour in the gym, how do you show up for the rest of those hours in the day doing other things, right? If you can master your body, you can master other areas of your life as well. So that's essentially what I help people do. And that, I guess, is more about me.
Awesome. So do you want to talk about how people can gain that inner strength? Like a little bit about your drop sets? I know I was totally oblivious to what drop sets are and pushing past failure, but I love that concept.
Yeah, so the laws of success are universal, and I push people in the gym so that they can be proud of themselves, and they'll take that energy into other areas of their life, because that's how I did it. I was like, wow, I just did that. I kept pushing myself in the gym. I was seeing results. And then I was like, what else could I do, right? And I was showing up better in my business and or my job at the time, right? In my relationships and all that stuff. And it was because of what I did in the gym. So I have a new program coming out, which is where you were talking about drop sets. And so for people that don't know what a drop set is, this is what one of my new programs all based around is you hit failure, but you keep going anyway. And when you do that, you make yourself proud, which again is what I was talking about before. So give this a try next time you go to the gym. Say you're doing a squat, okay, for 10 reps. When you do that 3 times. On the third set, when you hit 10 reps, you should be close to failure. You should not be able to get to 11 at all, right? Like 10 was like, that's it in terms of how much weight is on the bar. Then you strip the weight down and you just get a lighter weight immediately. I'm talking within 10 seconds, and keep repping it out anyway. Then you do that again a few more times. And that's, you see how you like keep going, even though it's a lighter weight, you're pushing your muscle fibers beyond what is you're at like capable of staying at that same weight before. So you can do that doing any exercise. It doesn't have to be a squat, but try it out. So again, it's 3 sets of 10 reps. That last one that you do, so you do 10 reps, take a break, 10 reps, take a break, 10 reps, don't take a break, strip down some weight, keep going, strip down some weight, keep going, strip down some weight, keep going until you just have the bar. Or until you just don't even use the bar and you do body weight squats, you'll still fall down. and you're like, well, you know, how do you get to push yourself that much? And how can I get my clients that are online, right? They're doing this on their own. How do they get to the point where they're able to push themselves like that or stay disciplined? How do they get that self-discipline, right? Because I'm not a personal trainer. I'm not there right in front of them, right? And so I teach people how to build the self-discipline, which you can take into other areas of your life. It's a lot more work on the front end. And in fact, you know, I have 50 people in the test group for my new program right now. It's not even launched yet, right? But they're doing it. And there was a questionnaire before we started. And one of the questions was, you know, what's been holding you back? And it was lack of motivation. They were stressed and inconsistent. They're stressed because they're not seeing results, and there's a ton of other stuff going on in their life, and I completely understand it. They're lacking motivation, so we obviously hit that, and inconsistent. So how do you build that consistency to stay motivated? And actually, I incorporate psychology into my programs as well. It's not just do this exercise and eat like this. Everybody does that. I also show you how do you get that switch to go and actually follow through with it. every single time,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then how do you not just follow through and show up, but actually still push yourself, right? And so it's built. It's different for everybody, but I show you the process to build leverage on yourself to do that. And then again, like once you have that muscle, and it's an emotional muscle. Once you build that up, just like a
Mm-hmm.
bicep, right? Reps,
Yeah.
you push past failure. You do it a lot of hard work, and my program is a month long. So after the end of that month, you're gonna have that self discipline that you've always wanted. You're gonna have that confidence in yourself that you can push. And because again, you just for a month made yourself proud doing all that other stuff.
Awesome.
So
That's fantastic. And we do
yeah.
have a comment that came in. Kevin is full of energy. That is awesome. Can he sprinkle some on me?
Yes, let's sprinkle some energy. So with that, and again, I'm talking fast because I know the call is short or shorter
Mm-hmm.
than normal
Yeah.
way when I talk, and I want to give you guys as much value as possible. So energy is a standard, period, end of story. Now it does have a little bit to do with your body, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're sleep deprived or you're malnourished or you're dehydrated, you're not going to have the same amount of energy. So energy tips, here you go, write it down. Number
Yes.
one, overhydrate. Your pee should be clear. If it's
Yes.
yellow at all,
Lots of
you're
water.
dehydrated. Well, seriously, people overlook that so much. So
Mm-hmm.
hydrate, number one, like overhydrate. Number two is you need to eat according to your metabolic type, and that's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
trial and error. I help people with
Yep.
that in my programs, but if you want to do it on your own, it's a lot of how do I feel after I eat this food. If you
Right.
crash or if you spike, it's bad. You want to stay even at this almost like up and down waving like this instead of spiking all over the place
Right.
in terms of your energy. So that, because paleo works for one person, vegan works for somebody else, and they're completely opposite
Mm-hmm.
ways of eating. That's why. It's because what's worked for their body. So you got to figure out what works for you. It could be through trial and error, or you can get a coach.
Exactly.
Sleep. Get enough sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to your body. If you need more,
Yeah.
like you're gonna be more productive if you get enough sleep. And I
Mm-hmm.
know a lot of people miss out, especially high achievers, miss out on sleep because they want to keep doing. But what you
Yeah.
don't realize is you're going to hit a breaking point, and you being up all night to grind is
Mm-hmm.
actually you're working at 20% brain capacity, and
Right.
you're not doing as the best you can. You want to show up at 100% every time you
Mm-hmm.
go to your job or your relationships or whatever it is, or in life, right?
Yeah.
In order to do that, you have to get enough sleep. How much sleep do you need? It's anywhere between 5 and 8 hours, depending on you, and that's your
Mm-hmm.
circadian rhythm. And like again, it's personal. I know people that can sleep 5 hours a night and they're perfectly fine. For me, my number is 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
So you just got to figure that out. Again, trial and error on that. Listen to your body
Mm-hmm.
and honor it, because when you honor your body
Yes.
and you feed it nutrients, give it enough water, sleep enough. Again, it's gonna perform for you. But you can only go
Mm-hmm.
so far, so fast, so long uh, until you're gonna burn out if you neglect your body. So whatever
Right.
other area of your life you're wanting to improve, your body is the vehicle that's gonna get you there,
Definitely.
right?
So true.
And then what I said, that was the three things with and then obviously work out, stuff like that,
Yeah.
right? It's healthy for your body. Our bodies are not meant to designed to sit at a desk and type at a computer all day.
Mm-hmm.
We're out supposed to be, hiking mountains and enjoying life and being outside a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you move your body, which is what working out is essentially.
Yep.
So with the standard things, so this is, I guess, tip number what? 5, 4. I can't think. Energy is a standard. Something has to be pulling you forward. If
Yes.
you wake up and go, oh, like another day, like shoot, like I don't want to do this today. You hate your job, you hate your
Oh
relationships,
yeah.
you just, of course you're not going to have any energy. I've been
Mm-hmm.
there, okay, and that's why I know. But I'm standing
Yeah.
here right now talking to you with a bunch of energy because
Mm-hmm.
something is pulling me forward to bring this message to you, right? Like it comes through pain. So turn your pain
Mm-hmm.
into your message. That's usually
Yes.
how it works out. Like when I talk to entrepreneurs, there was a time in my life where I was homeless. So I share that, and I know that pain, and maybe they're
Mm-hmm.
not experiencing that, but they are experiencing some sort of pain in their life. They want to overcome it. I feel
Mm-hmm.
it's my obligation to share that, and that excites
Yes.
me, right? Knowing that I could
Mm-hmm.
inspire somebody or impact them in just that one little 30-minute talk like we're doing right now. If I can
Yeah.
I get somebody to have some sort of twitch or an insight on how they view something and a change in perspective, because that's all it is. You don't have to make a huge lifestyle change. It's a change in perspective. When you see it differently, you act differently. So that's how that energy goes. And then again, it's a muscle. It's not going to happen once. You're going to have the same crappy thoughts over and over again, and then keep catching it. Don't get down on yourself. Don't have a pity party. Keep catching yourself and going, oh, okay, that's bullshit. Oh, that's bullshit. Oh, that's bullshit. And then remind yourself, and eventually you'll forget about your old BS and you'll know the new stuff, and you literally create your life. Me standing here in front of you, I wasn't born this way. I created myself, and I overcame all of the stories in my head, right? So I really do believe that anybody can have that, but it's essentially being yourself, right? So me, myself, my spirit, yes, is very energetic and all over the place and very intense. That's who I am as a person, and I've accepted that. If you're very quiet, reserved, shy, you need to accept that. Don't try to be something you're not just because it looks cool. So it's about getting to the truth, that if you align yourself with the truth of who you are, that is going to give you your own style of energy. My style of energy is very explosive. I'm talking really fast, like all over the place, right? Your style of energy might just be really freaking peaceful and powerful and direct and focused, right? It doesn't have to be outward expressive. So there's that.
Awesome. And we're having more people join us live. So Rachel says, hi, Laura and Kevin. And Joanna said, yes, when you're talking about your energy and all that. So woo!
Good.
And she also said, get adaptogens in your body. They will boost your energy like crazy.
Totally. Greens. That's another thing. We don't eat enough greens. So.
Oh, that's so true. Yeah. And Anne-Marie said, Kevin has so much energy. Hard to believe he was shy. He's such a great speaker. Awesome.
I would not have done this a few years ago.
So how do you help other people drop their bullshit story and move forward past that, especially when they're just in it? Because I totally get it. I was in the day-to-day jur of a corporate job, and it's hard to push past that when you're just in that state. And how do you encourage other people to break their state? I know that we're huge Tony Robbins fans, so what are your takes on all those?
Yeah, so it's self-awareness. You've got to be aware of your thoughts. What excuse are you giving yourself as to why you can't eat healthy or why you're not going to the gym every day, right? And I know people that have so many injuries, you would be like, why are you not in a wheelchair right now? And they show up to the gym every single day because it's a must for them. They don't listen to that story, right? I know people, I've seen people in casts because they broke their leg and they still show up to the gym.
Nice.
Because it's important to them and it's a non-negotiable, you know what I mean? And so how you get to that point is looking at, this is called through Tony Robbins stuff, a Dickens process, where you look in the future. And this is what I did when I changed my life 8 years ago. I looked in the future and said, what would life look like if I kept living the way I'm living? And I look a year down the road, 5 years down the road, who are you going to hang out with? What's your internal dialogue? What do you physically look like? What's your energy like? Get yourself there emotionally, and it's painful. But that's when you're like, I'm not going there. And then get yourself, if you were to change, and if you were to instantly now, today, make that decision, change, who would you be hanging out around? What would you look like? What would your internal dialogue be a year from now, 5 years from now, if you did make that shift? And you can actually see the two paths of your one decision. And that's all it is making a decision. It's like getting up and going, nope, today's the day. I'm going to make this happen. And that's what it was for me. My decision, it wasn't about gaining muscle mass. It wasn't even about fitness or what I looked like. I wanted confidence. That was what it was for me, right? And you have to find that for you. Do you want energy? Do you want to be there for your kids? Do you want to, whatever it is, attract, the love of your life? Whatever that one thing is for you. For me, it was simply just confidence. I was sick and tired of being shy, period. So, and because it wasn't me. You know what I mean? It was all those stories in my head, and I knew I really wasn't that. So what broke me through that was I went from I'm weak as a person to I'm strong as a person in my head, in my internal dialogue. I looked in the mirror and I would used to say, you're a weak piece of shit, you're good for nothing, blah, 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 all these bullshit stories, right? And then I switched that, and I was like, and I had no muscle and was flexing in the mirror, like, but I mean, obviously, right, I was a young teenager, but at the same time, it wasn't ego. It was how I saw myself in the mirror.
Yes.
I started to see myself as strong, and that has catapulted me to where I am today. And that one decision, obviously led to others to where I am today. But that was the core of Kevin Crenshaw, who you're seeing right now.
Awesome. I love that. And I've totally done the same thing. Like what we say to ourselves is 100% what we're creating. So anything that comes after I am, guys, you're creating in your life. So if you're saying I'm strong and powerful and beautiful and courageous and confident, you're going to get more of that in your life. You speak these good things into your life. So we really encourage you to say the good things in your life.
Yes.
Christy joined us. Hello. I hope you're having a great day today. Awesome. So what did you want to walk us through today as the experience?
So I would say let's do the energy thing.
Awesome.
So I'm going to give you guys an experience of just how do you create more energy right now for the rest of today. Forget about the future. I just want you to commit to one day. What would it feel like if today, whatever time it is where you're watching this or whenever you're watching this, you just made a decision and you're like, you know what, I'm going to have a ton of energy. If you're watching this at night, then you can be for tomorrow. I don't care. But think about how it would feel, right? So number one is, and to go through this process is understand your stories and understand your internal dialogue. Write it down. Like give yourself the gift of 5 minutes to write down, what am I telling myself every day? Think about it. What's a question that keeps popping in your head or a thought that you keep thinking? Good or bad, and it takes courage to be honest with yourself. If you want to be courageous, look yourself in the mirror and be honest with yourself. So 5 minutes, write that out, and then go, okay, well, is that really true? Does that really serve me? Is that what I want to think? What do you want to think? Write that list out, 5 minutes, and then at that point, move your body. Start momentum. Even if you have a desk job, you can still dance in your seat. Like, don't care what other people think about you. On my Instagram, I posted like a behind the scenes thing of this video. I spent 4 hours working out, guys, to film this video footage for my new program. It was beating me down. I had to stay upbeat somehow. And so in the middle of all the sets, I was dancing. And like me and my friend were getting into it, right? I posted that on, and I even do that in the gym sometimes. Like in the middle of my sets, I just start dancing in a break because I don't give a fuck what other people think about me. And I'm having a good time. Right? Think about the level of freedom that will bring. Think about Laura, think about your transformation on digital and being on screen, right? How freeing was it that you were just for a few years ago to now?
It's amazing. It's incredible.
To just be like, you know what, I'm going to go live. And I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to do that every single week. Right? And before it was like paranoia took over your body when I was like, hey,
I was so concerned about what everyone thought. And like, it can be that, especially at the beginning, because I was like, well, like, I don't want all like my corporate work people to know who I truly am and my authentic me, because I need to like hide that and keep it safe and secure, because like I'm just reconnecting to her. So how am I going to like be okay being this vulnerable and showing up fully as me while I'm still being paid by someone else and I have to still fit that fucking mold?
And so we got the internal dialogue bit. Now it's moving your body, it's hydrating. But think about going to bed. Do you go to bed and go, oh, I don't want to wake up tomorrow? Like, oh, thank God I'm going to bed, right? Like, do you want to live that way for the rest of your life? If you do, okay, keep it up. If you don't and you want to be excited and be high on life, like then and be like, okay, it's time to go to bed, recharge and refuel so you can get up tomorrow and do it again and have an amazing time. Think about the other people in your life and how you being at your best, energetically, is going to serve them. Do it for them if it's not for you. Right?
Exactly.
Think about whether it's your kids, your coworkers, your friends, of you being alert, a stranger because you smiled and made their day. I don't know. Like you never freaking know. So, I live for those little moments. And to tie this all in on the whole not giving a fuck what people think about you and doing what's true for you, And something, it has to excite you about the future. If your future isn't exciting, do something to get it exciting, right? Because that's the pull that I'm talking about. My exciting right now, there's a few things happening, but the most exciting thing is on Wednesday, I'm selling all of my stuff and traveling all around the world. Literally.
It's amazing. I'm so excited for you. It's so
it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because I haven't even started packing yet. But I leave on Wednesday morning and I haven't started packing.
It'll get done.
It's gonna get done. I got all day tomorrow. Tomorrow's what I'm gonna do. But like I'm literally just traveling and seeing the world, and that's gonna excite me so much to get immerse myself in that. And it doesn't have to It doesn't have to, oh my God, I wish I could do that. It doesn't have to be that level of high. Think about maybe the first time you fell in love, right? Like just seeing that person was exciting. So it could be something like that. It could be loving your job and what you do. It could be a hobby that you have and you're just excited to go to do the thing, right?
Yeah.
Something has to excite you about your day to be energetic. Because again, think about your hobby. Say it's sports and basketball, maybe. Okay, and you're going through work and you're just like, oh man, I can't wait to play today. And then you get off work and you're so freaking energetic, right? But all during work, you were just like really down, and because you're thinking about that other thing, right? And so just be in the moment, and see the beauty of everything. Even the stuff that you hate, you can find a way to make it enjoyable and to really love it. And that will give you energy throughout your day, constantly throughout your day. Instead of spiking it, only doing the things that you love, the things that you hate, you can twist it and again, change your perspective.
Reframe it.
Get that energy. Yes. So obviously the stuff that I said about your body, you guys know that it's basic, but all this other stuff is where I think the meat of the content is at.
Awesome. Wonderful. And Rachel is loving how real you are. You say it like you see it. Woo!
That's it. And here's the thing with that. Truth. You have to align yourself with the truth and seek the truth with an insatiable hunger. I'm not talking about just the truth of, I don't know, like external things. When you align yourself with the truth of who you are as a person, and all of the suffering is going to go away. All of the worry is going to go away because you know the truth. Every time you worry, you're thinking about other things that are outside of or stress yourself. If you're stressed, most of the time it's worrying about other things that are outside of your control. So drop it, which is part of my program. I teach on how to drop stress as well. Drop it and just focus on what you can control. That's you. And in order to do that, you got to know yourself and the truth of yourself. And it takes a lot of work. But when you work more on you than you do your business or your relationships or your body, all that other stuff, you're going to get way further than anybody else who's just grinding on all that stuff because you're doing the internal work to, again, push your vehicle forward, right? And so there's ways to go about that, but just align yourself with the truth. And I posted on social media today that time discovers truth. So, it does take time to go through this process. It's taken me 8 years to get to where I'm talking to you like this right now, right? Like, I think it's an ongoing thing because we evolve as people, right? So, I'm about to go travel the freaking world. I'm definitely going to change a little bit.
Definitely.
So, I'm not going to be the same person I am today 10 years from now.
Exactly.
So you always need to, but my truth is always going to be the same, and the truth of who I am, I believe, and you are in control of that. Nobody can do anything or say anything to change that. And you have to, you give them permission, right? And you can never say, oh my God, this person like changed me, or they broke my heart, and I'm a completely different person now. No, you changed you. You were just using them as an excuse.
Yeah. Don't put the blame on someone else. Take responsibility. Yeah. And Anne Marie says, that's amazing, Kevin. Safe travels. And Christy said, yes, I did that. So shy as a kid until recently, and now I have a weekly show. And her weekly show is on Akashic Academy. She's Tuesdays. So I also encourage you guys to go check her out. So how can we all connect with you after the show? Plug yourself, all the different platforms you're on.
So Kevin Crenshaw Fitness, search it up on Instagram. I'm most active there on my stories. And and kevincrenshawfitness.com. That's where if you want a guide on how to burn body fat, have more energy, I have a free guide. So check that out. Under programs, it just says free guide. If you even want to jump on the phone with me and see, maybe you're at the point where you want to master your body and you want this crazy energy and you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired, jump on the phone with me. Under programs, you can actually schedule a call with me and we'll jump on the phone. I'll talk to you and see how I can help. But yeah, I have tons of offers. My program is one of my new programs is in development. This will be the third. They all have different focus points. So that's why jumping on the phone with me might be the best option. But I invite you guys to follow me and ask me questions. I'm never too busy to answer your questions, and I would honestly love to help you out any way possible. So again, that's kevincrenshawfitness.com and also Kevin Crenshaw Fitness on Instagram.
Awesome. And I'll totally get you to put the links in the comments below right after so they can do that really conveniently and just click on things.
Boom.
So thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you for everyone who's joined us live. And if you're watching the replay, definitely say hi. Let us know what value you got out of this. I know Kevin said so many amazing things. So let us know what was the most impactful for you. And I encourage you guys to continue to make this Monday show a weekly habit. And next week on 11 Eastern, 12 Atlantic, we're going to have Kelly Kerrigan join us. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week. We're sending you lots of love and light and have a fantastic day, everyone. Bye.
Peace out.